Operation Jade Helm.
Jade Helm.
Jade Helm 15.
Operation Jade Helm 15.
There's been no shortage of controversy surrounding what they're really up to.
It's a drill, says the Army. We have to pretend some places are hostile.
The state of Texas is aware of a takeover plan to bring us into martial law.
Let's do it under the guise of routine training missions.
A growing distrust of the government from people who are usually waving the flag.
It's right.
But what's really happening?
We're under military attack.
Of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.
The main reason for this declaration is not because of what is happening in China, but because of what is happening in other countries.
The pain. She don't know what to do about it. Soldiers on the hilltops, soldiers on the street. Cameras watch from rooftops, recording everything. sell your soul just to be a star? Would you sell your soul to be just who you are? I think nothing could be worse. If you want it, baby, you still have to work. And if you really, really, really want it, well, all the nights with all the fellas couldn't keep her off that train. Now she sings for the inmates, spider webs and purple rain. I guess the plan just didn't work. Oh my God, I just hope it doesn't hurt. And she prays at night. Oh God, how could you forget her? Going to put you in shackles, drive you to the death reservoir. Come back positive for Ebola virus. Burbank, naughty death.
One from his evil way and make your ways and your doings good. The Lord goes on to say in verse 12, and they said, or the people said, we will walk according to our own plans, and we will everyone obey the dictates of his own evil heart. Jeremiah 18, 7 through 12. I believe we're living in such a time.
What's up, guys? Dabu7 back at you. We got a lot going on, and it looks like, by all accounts, some things we talked about a decade ago pertaining to Jade Helm, they're in full swing operation. Jade Helm is live. Everything that it focused on, the whole border operation, on states from California all the way down to Texas. It included Florida and other areas. And what were they doing? They were targeting going into areas where people live to get people. Now, we didn't have the whole immigration crisis on our hands back then the way that we do now. Now, you can hopefully see that home and strike teams going all across the place, coupled with the U.S. military being rolled out all across the border in that whole region. This is the operation. This is the massive operation that they drilled for. And they're doing just that. They're rounding people up. They're putting them in camps, stuff that people said would be a conspiracy theory. But that's because they were looking at it from the angle that they were going to be rounding up Americans and sticking them in there, and they didn't have any justification behind that. But that the drilling was real. They did Jade Helm. It was real through and through. And they trained for this exact event all along the border for what's about to pop off full scale. The military's mounting up there right now. And they're now flying these recon flights all the way down to Cabo San Lucas and different areas, and they're preparing to strike. So everything that was drilled and talked about back with Jade Helm is in full-scale swing at this point. Again, what people missed back then is they were equating Americans to be rounded up in this whole thing and put into camps or whatnot. But the reality is they were not seeing what was to come. We were in the beginning stages of Obama tearing down the border back then. At that point, you fast forward to now, the whole installation of the Biden regime was to accomplish all these things. And they did it. Okay? So now, on the back end, that is the excuse for strike teams to go out, right? And they're doing things. They're out there rounding people up. They're getting criminals. They're getting murderers. They're doing all that, right? When it comes to the military striking the cartels, I'm telling you, there's going to be major blowback. You've seen this at the beginning of the year. They showed this, what was to come. There's going to be more of it, no doubt, with the bombings, the car bombing, and all that. There's going to be more things like that. But now they're lining up to strike inside of Mexico. They're going to be conducting military strikes on our neighboring country, into it, with Apaches, drones, everything you could think of. This is a military operation. And everything they trained for in Jade Helm. So, it's on right now. And I gotta say this. This all gives the perfect front for if bird flu or something crazy was to be launched. And it is 2025 when Bill Gates said the next one would launch. What would these strike teams be used for then? I think you already know the answer to that. Do you see where all this can go real quick? Turn of events? I hope you're paying attention.
Oh